Everyone, Johnny here. Today in this session we will try to understand to develop an interface in order to count the number of characters entered in a text area. Like for example, in a Twitter we have a text area like this. Whenever we are trying to enter more number of characters, it will try to display the red color mark, and whenever I am trying to enter, it will try to have in this way. We will try to develop this interface using JavaScript. For this, in order to understand these tutorials, if you have any queries in the previous session, you can just drop us a mail to this ID. You can just drop us a mail to this ID. Like in this session, first we will try to understand the basics of JavaScript, what we will try to use. First one, we will understand about length method. What is the use of length method? Length is used to return the number of characters of a string. For example, I have written like this: name equals to Johnny. Console.log name.length. So whenever I am trying to use this in this way, we get the okay, it is very slow. Now you got, so the length is 6 here. First one, we will try to understand about the length method. Next one, in this concept, in trying to solve this question, we will understand about first one is a length. Next one, we will try to understand about a function. Generally we write a function using a function keyword followed by function name followed by the parameters and the function body. In the same way, here we will try to write a function with a function expression as well as the narrow function. As we have already discussed in the basic snippets, basic sessions of a tutorial like coding challenges also, we have understood about these functions. Now I am trying to write about a function in this x comma. We call this as a function expression. For example, I am trying to return this value. I want to multiply these values, and I want to write console.log add of 4, 4. So indirectly it will try to multiply. The same above snippet can also be written using arrow function. In the sense, in the arrow function, if we can skip this function keyword and this statements. Let me write the same syntax. I am trying to write let add equals to x comma y arrow function. We are trying to define arrow function here, written x star y. Now in order to call this thing, we will try to write console.log add of 6, 6. So here we will get the answer as 36. So the same above function expression can be written as an arrow function, which is a ES6 notation, which allows us to write the alternate way, in the sense the shorter syntax of a normal function what we have written in the line number 18 to 21, 18 to 20. Now let us understand about an event here. Generally we have seen in our previous sessions also, like on click, on mouse down, and all these things, different kinds of events. In this I am trying to use a different event called onkeyup. We are trying to discuss about an event called onkeyup. For this, let me write some syntax. For example, I am trying to take an input field. For this I want to solve a small input question. Like I have an input field. Whenever I am trying to type it, it should able to accept the characters into the input field, which will happen generally. Now when I release my mouse, in the sense when I release the key, it should able to convert into uppercase. Generally, as we have discussed in strings methods also, if I want to convert given characters into uppercase, we have a method called toUppercase. In the same way, let me write an input field now. I have an input field here. Input type equal to text. Input type equals to text. Let me write the ID name on keyup. On keyup. So here I am trying to use an event called on keyup. On keyup. We are trying to define a function here. Let me write a function name as hello. I'm just trying to write a function name as hello in this. Can you see, like, we got an input field here. We got an input field. We got an input field here. So in this, now I want to perform some event called on keyup. On keyup. In the sense, whenever the user types, it should be able to accept the characters, but once the user releases the key, in the sense, when the user releases the key, it should be able to convert into uppercase. In order to read any value in the DOM, we have document.getelementbyid. In the sense, the browser will understand this complete thing as a window. Whatever we have written here, it will assume as a document, and we have some set of predefined methods in this, like getElementById, getElements by class name, different DOM manipulation methods where we can use for this HTML elements. Now we will try to define a function here. Function hello. Function hello. I should be able to read the text. So in order to read this getElementById, we are trying to read a text here. So in order to read the text, I am trying to, what is the ID name we have used? Name. Okay, name. For example, if I want to retrieve the value also, we can use dot value. In a previous session, we have implemented the project where we are trying to read a value, read an input value there. So we have used dot value. We can also write in this way. Now, whatever the value we have read, it should be able to convert into the form of uppercase. So x dot value equals to, or else we can also write here also, as we have discussed, dot value equals to. Here we can write x equals to x dot value dot to uppercase. In the sense, whatever the values we have read, it will try to convert into the format of uppercase. So what is the event we have used? On keyup. Can you see? We have used on keyup as an event. The function name we are trying to call it. The function name is hello, and it is trying to read the text, and it is storing in the x. Now we will to convert this into uppercase. For example, I am trying to write Johnny here. Johnny here. Why it is not performing an option? So we have read a value here. Yes, the function name is hello. Input type equals to text s, function name, and everything is done. So let me put this in comments. Okay, is it not affecting here? Okay, x dot value equals to, we are not getting it. So we have taken an input field, we have taken text, the ID name, input getElementById, getElementById, yes, x dot to uppercase, yes. So based upon the key release, it should be able to display the output. So let me refresh this. Let me save this. See, sometimes it is getting stuck. I have saved it. Control C. Done everything. Now let me write. Yes, we are getting it. So just we haven't saved it properly. Nothing more. Like we got it. So once I am trying to release the key, see here. Whenever I am trying to release the key, it is able to get into uppercase. So if you can understand like length, the function, the arrow function, and the on keyup, we can try to implement this that is the counting the number of characters of a Twitter app. Like for example, I want to take a Textarea, and if the characters are more than 280, like you know the word limit of Twitter is 280. If it is more than 280, it should able to get some red color mark, in the sense some indication saying that this input field has been crossed the limit. So let us write this snippet. So let me put everything in the comments. So this is how we have done with the script part. Let me erase this thing also. Now we didn't get any output. So first one, I want to get a Textarea here. So I'm trying to write everything in a div. So we are missing the indentation here. Input, we don't write input, right? For the Textarea we will write the ID name. In order to retrieve the value, I am trying to write input TA. For this we don't have height and width, so we generally write columns and rows. Yes, we have written. Now I want to mention some text area, like what's happening. We have written what's happening here, and I just want to close this text area. Yes, done. Now let us see. We got a text area, beautiful text area. Now in this we got a text area, and we should able to display some character set saying that it should able to limit with a particular text. So I just want to write a paragraph here. Characters left. Let me write characters left. So first we will try to define with the thing. We will try to define the part of UI, and just we will try to write the logical part of JS. Here first we have 0 here. 0. What is the characters we have out of 280, right? Okay, we got it. So for this I just want to apply some basic CSS. So in order to make a good interface, like just to get UI, nothing more. What is the class name we have taken? Textarea. We have taken a class name as Textarea, right? It's Textarea. I just want to display this thing. We can use the property like margin auto and all these things. We got it to the center of the page. Now I just want to get this text also to the center of the page. So I just want to write Textarea. I just want to get some curve shapes. Border, radius. You can write any of the CSS part. I'm just trying to visualize, like I want to write the basics. Just we got a curve shapes here to the corner. Now I want to write for the text in the sense this paragraph. Font family Arial, and let me write some lesser font size 10 pixel. Even I want to display this thing to the center of the page. We can write normally center line or margin auto display block out of these properties. I'm just trying to write this property. I've just copied it. We got this thing. Yes, we have done with the CSS part. See, whenever I'm trying to enter here, it should able to display the count here, as well as it should able to say once it has crossed 280 words, in the sense 280 letters, it should able to get some red color mark to this border. In order to get this, we will try to write in the CSS part, script part. So hope you are clear with this the part. What we are trying to do, we are trying to count the number of characters in a text area. In the sense, whenever we are trying to update in the Twitter, it will try to ask us to enter only 280 characters. Here also we are trying to do the same thing. Now, as we have discussed about the function, arrow function, length, onkeyup, the same concepts we will try to implement here. First, in order to read the values, we can use, what is the thing we have done here? We can use, first we will try to read this. I'm trying to write input text. So here we have taken this thing. Yes, we have taken this value. In this, first I will try to write input text. I just want to read the text here. What is the text here? We have document.s, very good, document.getelementbyid. In this, what is the id name? Input, is it TA? Input TA, yes. We have written line number 11. We are trying to read the value, first thing. Next step, we have read the value, but what is the default size of this? The default size max length is 280. We need to enter only 280 characters. Here everything will be stored in input text. Whatever we are trying to type here, it will be stored in this, right? So we should able to read that value. In the sense, we should able to take that value also. In order to take that value, and I want to make sure whenever the user uses, like whenever the user moves this cursor, in the sense when the action is performed, it should able to display the count here. For this, we are trying to write input text dot onkeyup equal to some arrow function. In this arrow function, we will try to define the logic. First thing, we should able to count the length of it. In the sense, what is the length of it? But in order to get the length, we should able to get the value of it. So we will write const counter equal to input text dot value dot length. In the sense, it will try to read the length of this. For example, I'm trying to write it here. For example, okay, see here. Did we get anything? No, we didn't get, because we haven't displayed it. We haven't displayed any number of characters here. We haven't displayed the characters. For example, I'm trying to write get element by ID. What is the ID name we have? Here we have characters. I'm trying to write characters here. Characters. Is it characters? Yes. Inner HTML equals to, I want to display this counter in the sense how many values we have entered. Just let me refresh this. See, can you see here, we are trying to find out the change. As I'm typing here, the count is been increasing. So this is about the basic logic, like we have been entering the characters and we are trying to make sure that it will try to display the length of it. So here it is trying to replace with this 0. 220 is same, because the space will be also counted as here. So here it is 0 now. For this, we got how to read an input value. See, it is happening based upon this onkeyup. In the sense, if I'm trying to see here, as I'm trying to raise my key on the keyboard, it is trying to display the values. It is 0 now. Now the thing is, like, if it is more than 280, we should able to get some red color blurred mark to this. In the sense, the border color. In order to get this color, we will try to make sure, we will try to subtract it. In the sense, we will try to compare constant. Let me write character left equals to how many characters we have left, max length minus counter, right? Is it? Yes. So here we are trying to compare with this thing, max length minus counter. If it is more than this, it should able to give some message to it. So I'm trying to write if character left is less than 0. If character left is less than 0, it should able to apply CSS. In a previous session, we have implemented how to apply CSS using JavaScript, right? In a previous session, in the first example, we will read that element, we will apply style property, and we will apply the value for it. Here also, input text dot style dot border color. I'm trying to apply the border color. What is it? Red. Again, so let us use this thing. In the else part, I just want to write if there is nothing in this, I just want to write remove style, in the sense remove attribute. So these are the DOM methods where we will try to use, in the sense it will try to remove this. See here, I'm trying to type, it is able to display now. For example, let me copy some text. Lauren, I just want to copy this. I just want to paste it here. It is something like we are trying to make sure this border color, right? Even if it is more than 280 also, it is not able to display. Yes, let us apply some color. Like we have used border color, as well as let us use something called input text dot style dot outline color also. Outline color red. So let me refresh this page. Let me copy this. We got it. In the sense, just we haven't replaced it. See now, can you see? If I'm trying to place on it, it is getting outline. For example, if I don't use this, if I trying to place, Control V, can you see now? We got red color. I just want to make sure that as soon as it gets, it should able to get this color. So we got same thing as we have been doing in the Twitter. Like it is trying to able to display the characters. It is trying to display the characters and all. For this, if I want to get some circular shape also, you can, for this span tag, insert this P of span, height and width. We can write height and width of 50 pixel. Like in order to get the interface of Twitter, you can make this thing. Border radius 50%, background color red. Oh my god, so was it displaying on the same thing? Okay, we can use this in this way also. See, it is getting something odd. Let us remove this. Let's be as it is. As of now, we don't think about the CSS part. So we have used ID here, and we have been implementing the same snippet. Let me copy this. We got it. So this is how we have done with the basic CSS. We don't want to worry about CSS now. Let us look into the JavaScript code. So we have been discussing about how to make sure count the number of characters in a Twitter app. We have read the element value, input field value here from the line number 11 to 20. The count is 280. We have used an event called onkeyup, and we have been implementing this. Hope you are clear with this example. And in our series, we have done so many examples, like the basic tutorials from JavaScript day 1 to the concepts. You can find the links below the description part, and if you have any queries in this also, you can comment below this video.